Welcome back to Bloom. Have you ever made a decision and instantly regretted it? I know I have. This is most likely because it went against our values. Values are important because they help shape who we are. Samantha Stevenson, a licensed mental health counselor, is joining us now to discuss how to identify values. Welcome to Bloom, Samantha.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about examples of values and life domains, because you're right. When you say, when I have made a bad decision, immediately I know it's linked to my value system.
Right. So values, they can be really broad or they can be really specific too. It depends on the person. So sometimes they could be like honesty or commitment or loyalty. Life domains could be more like family, friends, volunteering, religion, spirituality, cultural roots. It really could be really broad for a lot of people. School, also career could also be included in there too. So it's right, when we don't act against, or when we act against those values, you know, we might feel a little bit unhappier or discontent with life, but when we're really acting in fulfillment with those values is when we tend to feel happier or like we're living that life that we really want to be living.
So interesting, because I will do things and I'm like, okay, that goes against the grain of who I am, and I don't want to be that person. But what if you're just unsure of what your values are?
And that's also okay too. Sometimes, you know, our values might have been important 5 years ago, like school could have been really important, but now it's like, not so much. Well, maybe something else like career kicked in, you know, that's okay too. So if we're really unsure of what they are, it might mean sitting down and thinking, like, looking at all these life domains and being like, okay, family or friends? Am I being that person that I want for my family and friends? Have I reached out enough? Have I made plans with my family and friends? If it's school or career, have I made an option to advance my career or advance schooling, and figuring out where you want to be and then how to get there too? You know, even if it's recreation or hobbies, what can I do to introduce some of these things into my daily routine and schedule again? You know, even if it means just like every other day we're going to exercise for 30 minutes or something, or, you know, if I'm really into religion or spirituality, what kind of time can I set for my day? Like either it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes to do something towards that value. Yeah.
So clearly it's okay, because life ebbs and flows. It's okay for those values to change, but how do you stay in alignment with them?
Every day you got to do something towards those values. You know, if you notice you're catching yourself slipping a little bit, maybe it means, like, again, putting it back into your routine and schedule and checking yourself, kind of, you know, like being like, oh, is this something that's really important to me or not? Is this something that, you know, may or may not be as important? Then that's okay too. But every day you kind of got to check yourself and make sure, you know, we're doing those activities or valued activities.
Now, what if you are with somebody, because I think that, like, the decisions that you make in life, they impact you and they obviously impact the people around you. But what if you're with somebody that's not aligned with your values and it makes it hard to live by them?
You know, sometimes we do have family members that have different values than us. We have friends that have differing values than us too. And part of that means we just kind of have to accept that that's what their value is, and it's okay that it's different than ours. I know sometimes it's really hard to have family members that might lean in one direction and then we lean the opposite, where we kind of have to agree to disagree sometimes, and that's okay. But it's more important for you to do what's important for you, not necessarily for them, where you might need to set up some healthy boundaries of like, I don't touch this subject matter with some family members or friends, and I focus more on what I need to do.
So you have to stay true to yourself, obviously. What happens if you live your life not aligned with your values?
Then that's typically when we feel probably a little unhappy. We might feel a little more discontent, or, you know, we're recognizing like, oh, maybe I'm feeling stuck, or I don't know really what direction my life is going. So that's typically when we see those kind of feelings or thoughts coming up.
So you obviously work with people to help them stay in step with what their values are.
Yeah.
I think that's great. So it's all about, like, addressing those values every day, recognizing them every day, and applying some amount of energy and time into, and that's how you constantly kind of stay in alignment.
Right. And it's like really nice every day that we should do something, even if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then that's okay too. And then it's also okay to have those valued activities if it's volunteering, that where it might not be every day, where we have them be long-term, like things that we can maintain that valued over time, not necessarily right immediately.
Perfect. I love this. All right. Thank you so much, Samantha. I really appreciate it. And for more information, you can visit McNultyCounseling.com. And we're going to be back with more Bloom right after this.